When I hit 10K per month, I learned 5 controversial lessons about the role money plays in getting girls. Starting with something that will instantly make you more attractive. After high school, I just worked a pizza delivery job 2 days per week so I could make enough money to buy weed and smoke weed with my friends, go to the gym, watch movies, and play video games. And that's all I did with my life. And I wondered why girls didn't find me attractive. But at 19, I decided to make a change and get a sales job. And even though the first sales job I took on, I didn't make a single sale and I was shit, I was on a mission to develop this skill because I realized how valuable it would be for me for the rest of my life. So I got a mentorship, I read some books on communication, and I came back for my second one and I made a little bit of money. And then my third one, I hit it a little bit bigger and I started doing okay. And then eventually I was able to start my own sales mentorship company and make 10K per month consistently and sometimes even more. And this is really what is the driving factor that girls find attractive, is having a mission and purpose in your life. There was a girl I FaceTimed once this last summer at 11 at night, and we'd been talking a little bit. And she was like, "What are you doing? Working?" Like in a flirty way. And I was like, "Of course. What else is there to do?" And she absolutely loved that I was just so driven, working on my mission and purpose, building my business, building my life. And with that said, boys, communication absolutely changed my life. Learning how to be a great conversationalist has allowed me to not only make money, but also sleep with the baddest girls in the world. And that's why I put together a conversation mastery guide for you guys, completely for free, teaching you how to start and have great conversations with the prettiest girls. And once again, you can grab that for free. It's the first link in the description below. And now this next trait is something that girls really admire. So this past summer, I was casually seeing a girl that was 5 years older than me, and we were talking about all her past relationships and why they failed. And she said one common thing she saw was that they would get too comfortable, they would stop pushing for more, and then she would just kind of lose that attraction to them. And we agreed that having ambition is something that is just super attractive in a man, and he needs to maintain that ambition throughout the relationship. He needs to have that mission and purpose that's driving him in his life. And she saw this in me as a guy who was 5 years younger than her, who was making 10K per month, all by myself, by starting a business with no help whatsoever. There's a level of ambition that's just able to be recognized by other people when you're building a business, when you're just hustling in that sort of way. She could just see that in me, and she saw it attractive. So even though she said before that she would never date a guy under 30, here she was hanging out with a 22-year-old just because I was so ambitious, so after it, just so driven in ways that she didn't see in most other guys. And if you're able to make 10K per month, it shows something about you that girls love. When I started my sales mentorship business, I had to take on a degree of responsibility that I'd never seen before in my life. I had to take sales calls myself for 8 hours a day, manage all my teams and other salesmen, manage everyone who was coming into the company. It was a lot of work that I had never expected to take on, but here I was managing it and leveling up the skill of responsibility. And girls really find this attractive for the same reason they find a guy who adopts a dog and is able to take care of him attractive. That's because he's able to handle the responsibility. Same thing why girls find married men with kids attractive is because if he's in good shape and he's able to have these kids, they see that he's very responsible. And these are just the little things that they can pick up on, and being able to manage and run a company or just make 10K from whatever method that you're able to do it is going to be attractive because you have to take on a degree of responsibility to do that. It's not just going to come to you easily. But there's something else that girls find really exciting. So when I was leaving Sweden last year, I was in the early stages of developing a relationship with a girl. And I really tried to sell the dream of the future. I thought I was going to be making a lot more money than I was now. And I was telling her how we're going to be traveling to Spain, to Greece, Italy. We're going to go on all these trips. I'm going to take her all over the world. And every single time she would light up and she would get all excited and she loved to hear about this. It was always a fun conversation to have. Unfortunately, it didn't happen, but either way, girls love the life that you are building. They find that very attractive. To be able to travel the world and to live the nice lifestyle, that's every girl's dream. So if you are working towards that, and if you're at 10K and beyond and you're trying to build this great, attractive lifestyle, girls really find that attractive. And finally, there's a super rare thing that you have when you're making 10K per month and beyond that not many other men have, which is independence. When I was making 10K per month last summer, I was able to do whatever I wanted. If I wanted to travel to a foreign country and go there and live there, I was able to do that. If I wanted to go on a quick trip or, take a flight with a girl, whatever I wanted to do, I could. Whether I did all those things or not, it didn't matter because I was just able to. I just had money in the account where I could go and do whatever I wanted to do. If I wanted to take a girl to Greece, I could have done so. I didn't, but I could have. And girls really like that you have that level of independence that not many other guys have. Many guys are just stuck in the system, working a 9 to 5, barely making any money. They don't have any freedom. And girls really find that freedom and independence attractive. So that's something that I'm always aspiring to build, and so should you. And once again, boys, conversations are key to having success with girls, being a good communicator. So you need to learn how to start and have great conversations if you want to have success with girls and get with the baddest girls alive like I have. That's why I built you the guide. It's the first link in the description below, so you can pick that up completely for free right now.